particular Zelda fan, so I will keep my mouth shut since anything I say about it, I haven't. I've played a little bit of Zeldas here and there, but I'm definitely not a fan. So anything I say, I don't really have the experience base to make long-term judgments. But I will say that I hate Zelda and it sucks.
Well, thank you. Honestly, I'll say this. Adult Link has always turned up in dark scenarios, whether it be Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess. Anytime you play as Adult Link, it's always in a dark scenario. And it just seemed really, really out of place. And I mean, I can't really judge it because we don't know the game story, and we don't know if it's going to stay that bright and cartoony. Like, for all we know, that could have been the introductory levels of the game before, the shit goes down. But just from first impressions, wow, they really, really kind of killed the awesomeness that is Adult Link. Because when you play as Adult Link, when you first played as him in Ocarina of Time, you were pumped. Like, no more little kid, you get the adult, and it was nice.
I think the biggest difference is the thematic one. When you're playing as adult Link, it feels like an epic adventure. When you're playing as Kid Link slash Toon Link, it feels more like a fairy tale. And
Hmm.
there is a difference between them. But I think I interrupted you there. Sorry.
No, no, that's basically where I was going to get. They're both attached to different parts of the previous Zelda, lore, and I just hope that they're not going to mess with that because Adult Link does not belong in a completely happy-go-lucky atmosphere. So
Okay, now I'm going to interrupt you. Don't try and bring continuity into Zelda. It doesn't work.
no, we've
You,
all tried to figure out the Zelda timeline, and it does not work. Let's just
it
end
just
it
doesn't.
there. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Returns. Ha, I am so pumped for that game. And I'm not a huge fan of Nintendo always rehashing their series, but okay, Nintendo has not rehashed Donkey Kong since Super Nintendo. I mean, true Donkey Kong. They gave him some bongos and tried to make him have a cool music rhythm game, which was stupid. But they're actually
Yep.
going back old school and doing Donkey Kong the way Donkey Kong should be, and that's 2D. It's 3D but 2D, and it looks amazing.
I agree. I mean, I can't say much else. It looks good. It's glad to see a return to form for Donkey Kong because he's just been sidelined for the longest time. But at the same time, did it have to be Donkey Kong? I mean, could they not have made another 2D side scroller with a completely new character? It seems like Nintendo doesn't put their faith in their talents enough. I mean, they are relatively talented when it comes to making games, but they have to rely on these well-named characters in order to sell the games.
Indeed. Uh, in my opinion, though, the true dark horse of Nintendo's press conference in terms of games, and I mean we obviously can't go through all of Nintendo's games because well we'd be here forever because there was a lot of games, and basically as we said when we started, every Nintendo game except for Mario that you can think of was in this press conference as a different remake of some sort of fashion. Uh,
Hmm.
Epic Mickey was my major dark horse of this. I think that could be really good if done right. It looks really good. It looks intriguing, and I'm interested, and I would really like to play it. It's uh, it's basically okay. Think of Kingdom Hearts Mickey, uh, in Dark Cloak, world falling apart, not Toon Disney, and I really don't know what more to say because not really too much has been released about the story yet, but it looks really, really good.
I think it's an interesting direction for Disney to take, not so much Nintendo, because there have been dark games. Resident Evil, they've made dark games on the Wii. I think it's interesting for Disney to take this sort of route, to actively say, okay, take our most famous character, the one that we put on everything, and put him in a really dark game. Go for it. Just go ahead.
Yeah,
And it's
that surprised me when I first heard about it.
yeah, and it's from Warren Spector. And for
Hmm.
those who are in the know, then they will know he made Deus Ex, one of the greatest games ever to come out ever.
Word up.
So we can expect. It's fair to say we can expect great things from Epic Mickey.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Stump, your favorite game of the showing?
Uh, I would say Epic Mickey just because it wasn't the 15th game in a series.
That's another point too. It is original. It is completely original, which is a shock.
Except,
because this was a
it's Mickey.
Nintendo. Yeah, it's Mickey, but it's
It's a fresh take. It is one of the more original games shown in one of the keynotes this year. So,
Exactly.
Yes.
Syndrome.
Well, I was going to say the GoldenEye 007 remake. However, they have changed Pierce Brosnan's face for Daniel Craig, and that shit just won't do. So instead, I'm gonna have to go with Metal Gear Solid on the 3DS, even though there's absolutely zero gameplay footage of it. And I know this means I've selected 2 Metal Gear Solid games for my favorite of show, but Nintendo ruined it. Daniel Craig is not James Bond.
Actually, he is James Bond.
No, he's not. Shut up.
His
He's
name's
not-
James Bond.
He's
It's on his license to kill.
His driving license to kill, yeah. He has to show that whenever he has to buy liquor.
my favorite.
It's his second form of identification.
Yes. My favorite of Nintendo, and also I'll boldly state my favorite of the show, was definitely Donkey Kong Returns. It was amazing. I was a huge Donkey Kong fan. I've played all of them, and I really, really want to play this. I don't have my Wii anymore, but I will find a way to play this game. No,
Most likely
I
it
will.
involves
I'll-
sucking dick.
No, I will try to I will play this game.
Yeah, most likely involve buying a Wii. And Nintendo's money pile grows and grows.
Uh-huh.
No,
Buy a Wii, sell a Wii, buy a new Wii to play some game, and then you'll stop playing, and then you'll sell your Wii.
And the cycle continues.
Exactly. You could probably cut out the middleman by keeping your Wii.
Or not getting a Wii to begin with and sucking it up.
Yeah, I plan on sucking it up. I actually gave my Wii to my sister, so I'm
Same.
Wiiless.
And that's all we have time for on this episode. So join us for our final part of this E3 special when we'll be talking about Sony's presentation. And remember, we guarantee the news, but promise nothing on the quality.
Waggle.